ॐ दक्षिणस्य समारम्भा शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमा अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ता स्मर्या गुरुपरम्परा श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। परिज्ञानाश्रम श्रीगुरुशङ्कर परिज्ञानाश्रम शङ्कर सद्गुरु केशववामन कृष्ण पाण्डुरङ्ग आनन्द परिज्ञान गुरु सद्यो जात शङ्कर सद्गुरु गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभाङ्गं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिहृद्ध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथम्. So in the last session, I gave you an idea as to how all the ideas that the entire Vishnusahasranama has to give us have all those ideas have already appeared in these, up to these 200 to 210 words, names we have seen. Anyway, we are going to continue and see whether there are any other namas which mean different, or why is it that Vishnu Sahasranama here Vyasacharya is giving the similar names, similar meanings again and again. As I said, it is because of durvignheyatvat, difficult to understand, susukshmatvat, because it's a very, very sukshma or a very subtle subject. Therefore, we have to know these things again and again. Just like in the Upanishads, we find that the same truth is explained in different ways, in different contexts throughout the Upanishad and in all the Upanishads. In most of the Sahasranamas also, we'll find that the same concept or the same truth about Lord Vishnu is going to be talked about again and again in different forms, in different contexts. So we were in actually the 24th verse. We'll read the verse and then we'll start from where we had stopped. So the 24th verse reads, Agranir Gramani Shriman Nyayo Neta Samiranaha Sahasramurdha Vishwatma Sahasrakshas Sahasrapat. So we had completed actually Agrani and we had completed Gramanihi. I'm not going to repeat it again because I've already seen the meaning. And then we also saw what Shriman, 220th Nama also. We have already seen it before, Yaksha Vakshasi Shrihi Lakshmi Tishtati Vasati. So the same thing here, the one who is Shriman. Here Bhagwan Shankaracharya gives one little different meaning here, though the meaning is the same. The one who's endowed with Lakshmi, which is the power, or the Maya Shakti or the Vaishnavi Shakti, Lakshmi, all resources, is very closely associated with Lord Vishnu. But here, Shriman, he says, the one who is brilliant, radiant, Bhrajishnuhu. Bhrajishnu, we saw, the one who is brilliant, the one who is radiant. Many words we saw earlier, many namas we saw earlier, which mean the same thing. But here, Shri means the one who has that, the radiance of all the other radiant objects. The radiance and the brilliance of whom, that is Lord Vishnu, is actually there reflected in all the luminaries and the various sources of light. So here, Bhagwan Shankaracharya says, Shri, he means here, he explains it as Kantihi. Kantihi asya iti. Kanti means brilliance. Kantihi or brilliance or radiant looking is Lord Vishnu. So it's called as that. Now, just like when we see a golden ornament, the golden ornament looks radiant, isn't it? Resplendent. We find that. And here we may find that, just like the golden ornament looks radiant because of the gold, all the other things which are getting the radiance or light or brilliance from Lord Vishnu is nothing but radiant or brilliant. Then the next word is 221st nama, that is Nyayaha. Nyaya. What is the meaning of Nyaya? There are many meanings. If you take Nyaya, means that which is appropriate, that which is the truth, that which is justice, so many things. But here, Bhagwan Shankaracharya, interprets this name Nyayaha as the one who is the very reasoning capacity in the intellect of everybody, the very reasoning, Nyaya. Okay, logic, the logical thinking, the logical way of thinking, Nyayaha. The one also who is known through a Pramanaha. Nyaya here means Pramanaha, that is, who's in the form of reasoning. Reasoning also becomes a Pramana. Pramana means what? Pramana means an instrument of knowledge. So here he says, Pramana Anugrahako Bhedakarakaha Tarkaha Nyayaha. Tarkaha. That's why we have a Shastra called Nyaya Shastra also. Tarka, where logically, it is, everything is explained by them. But we, the Advaitis, that is Bhagwan Shankaracharya and other Acharyas, belong to the ones, who see the Upanishads as nothing but the Advaita, teaching. Take tarka as Shruti Sammata tarka. Any tarka or nyaya or reasoning we have, it should be according to the Shruti. It should be accepted by the Shruti. It should be in accordance with the Shruti. And therefore, he says that the one who is in the form of Nyaya, the one who is there in the form of reasoning. So here it is reasoning, the way different ways it is reasoning. And we can say also that it is, something, Lord Vishnu, can be understood by Shruti, Sammata, Nyaya or Tarka also. By understanding Lord from the Shruti and Smriti, which we use as the very instruments. So he's called here, Bhagwan is called here, Bhagwan Vishnu is called here, is Nyaya, because he manifests, he is present in the form of the buddhi which has reasoning. All of us have a reasoning buddhi, isn't it? Only then we can understand something. If we don't have a reasoning buddhi, the way to reason out things, it is very difficult to understand anything. Therefore, Lord Vishnu, when we say Nyaya, we can say many other way it can be interpreted. But Nyaya here, this is the first time we are getting this name here, this Nama here. Nyaya means the very reasoning power. The very reasoning power in every buddhi of every jiva. Even the most, the littlest or the smallest of the jiva with a very, very minimal brain capacity also has some kind of a reasoning capacity. You take an ant or you take a snail or whatever it is. It may look as if it's a very, very, lowly animal or a jiva. But every jiva, in whatever is the capacity of the buddhi, has some kind of a capacity to reason. Therefore, it is the one which is the one who, Lord Vishnu, is the one who manifests in every buddhi, in every jiva as reasoning. And reasoning is very necessary for us to understand what the Shastra is telling, what the Shruti is telling, what the Smriti is saying. So, it is very necessary to understand the Pramana. That reasoning by which a particular pramana is understood, that buddhi, the reasoning buddhi, is nothing but Lord Vishnu himself. And Lord Vishnu himself is the pramana also, as Veda pramana. He manifests as the very, very Veda pramana, which is the greatest instrument and the greatest kind of a reasoning which talks to us about Lord Vishnu, about Ishvara, Brahman, about every one of these things. It is the reasoning in the form of Lord Vishnu. 222nd name, Neta. Okay, Neta. The one who leads is a Neta. The one who manages is the Neta. The one who takes care of everything and takes the mantle of running something, he is also called as a Neta. The leader of anything, the leader of any organization, the leader of any industry, the leader of anything which we have in the form of a samuha, it is called as a Neta. And here, Bhagwan Shankaracharya, how he interprets it, he says, Jagat Yantra Nirvahakaha Neta. Neta normally what? Nayati iti neta. That means what? The one who leads, the one who takes the followers. So that also is right. Bhagavan as the neta literally leads the followers, the bhaktas, to the right destination. If I am a moksha purusharthi and I surrender to Lord Vishnu, in any form, Ishvara in any form, Vishnu maybe, Shiva, any form, I surrender to Lord Vishnu. What happens then? Nayati, he takes me. That my Ishta Devata, Lord Vishnu or any, takes me towards my goal. And I should follow a particular system of Karma Yoga, Upasana Yoga, Jnana Yoga. Then every form of Ishvara, which I take as an alambanam, will take me to the goal that I have in mind, whether it's dharma, artha, kama, moksha, whatever, purushartha may be. Nayati iti neta. But at the same time, Bhagwan Shankaracharya says, Jagat yantra nirvahaka. This whole Jagat is like a machine. What is a machine? A machine is one which has millions of parts, the smallest to the biggest. But that machine runs very harmoniously, isn't it? Very harmoniously run machine with hundreds and millions of parts fitted together. Like this body. This body has so many systems, so many types of cells, so many kind of physiological systems, anatomical systems which are put together, but intelligently put together, brilliantly put together, so that this whole body mind sense complex functions as a harmonious, beautiful instrument. Similarly, when you take the samashti also, the entire jagat is like a yantra. It's a huge machine with millions and millions of things, living and non-living. Chara, chara, all are there. So many things are there. And this world is also running in a very, very precisive manner. And what is it that is responsible? There is an intelligence, there is an intelligent cause which is responsible for running this entire machinery of the world. Therefore, he says, Jagat Yantra Nirvahaka. Nirvahakaha means the one who is in charge of, the one who literally runs the whole machinery of the entire universe. Nirvahakaha Jagatyantra Nivar Nirvahakaha Neta. Okay, so he says Jagatyantra. So is the manager, the one who Sthiti Karaka. You can take it as that. The one who is the Srishti Karaka, and the one who has created the universe only has to run it, isn't it? So he's the Sthiti Karaka also. Then comes the 223rd Nama. Samiranaha. Samiranaha. Vayu or prana sets everything in motion. That's why it is the very second Panchamahabhuta. First is the Akasha, which does not move. Nothing is there except Avakasha. Avakasham pradayati iti. That is, Avakasha is given the capacity for things to exist, but that element which starts the very motion, Vayu, and the same Vayu who circulates in every jiva, Prana Rupena. Prana Rupena, the Vayu, which has that Sanchalanam. So here, Samiranaha means Bhagwan Vishnu in the form of the breath in every living being makes the living being function. Isn't it? When the breath is not there, then the body is dead. What is it that makes this body function? The movement of breath, pranaha. Pranaha is the one because of which all the sense organs, all the parts of the body are working. The entire physiology of the body is working because of the prana. That's why we have all the what are called as the pancha pranas, which are responsible for different physiological functions of the body. So here Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, Shvasana Rupena Bhutani Cheshtayati. Swashana Rupena. Shvasana Rupena. Shvasana means breathing. Shvasana Rupena Bhutani Cheshtayati. In the form of breath, in the form of Vayu, in the form of breath, every living being starts its cheshta, all the activities. That's why when a child is born, it starts its actions with crying. It is the cry, the first cry of the child, which indicates that now this is a different, separate human being which is capable of doing all the cheshtas and cheshtas and is capable of existing by itself. Therefore, it is called as Samiranaha. Then we have the next one, 224, Sahasramurdha. Sahasramurdha. Sahasra means thousand, but here it means countless also. Like we say, hundreds of, thousands of means what? Countless. So here Sahasramurdha means Sahasrani Murdhanaha Asya. Sahasrani Murdhanaha Yasya. The one who has hundreds of thousands of millions of heads. Murdha means heads. All the heads of all the living beings are nothing but Bhagwan Vishnu. That's why we have Sahasra Shirsha, Sahasrakshi, Sahasrapat. That will come here. What we see in Purusha Sukta. We have this Sahasra Shirsha Purushaha, Sahasrakshi, Sahasrapat. We have that. So the Purusha, the Virat Purusha, Bhagwan Vishnu manifesting as the Samashti Sthula Prapancha Virat Purusha, who can be seen as having thousands of heads. And all these heads are Vyashti heads, but collectively put together, all the heads, all the body mind sense complexes here are nothing but the Samashti Prapancha. The Vyashti Prapancha is this individual body mind sense complex. And we have a similar macro or Samashti Prapancha. So Sahasra Murdha means here he is referred to is having countless heads. That means all the heads of all the jivas are nothing but Lord Vishnu. Then the 225th name, Vishvatma, Vishvasya Atma, Vishvasya Atma, the very content of the universe. Vishvasya Atma. Here, Atma means the very content, the very truth, the very existence, the very consciousness of the whole universe. That existence because of which the whole universe exists. That consciousness because of which the whole universe is a conscious principle. That existence, consciousness, which is the very adhara or adhishtanam of this entire universe. Therefore, Vishwasya Atma, the truth, the content, the swarupam of this entire universe. The universe is nothing but names and forms, multiple names and forms, multiple names and forms. But what is the very truth of every name and form? What is it that on which every name and form is dependent? What is it because of which every name and form is existent, conscious, and functioning? Therefore, Bhagwan Vishnu is called as Vishvatma. We have other names also. Sarvatma. We have that, isn't it? Sarvatma, Vishvatma, Sarvatma. Therefore, it's called as, he says it is Vishvatma. That which is, seen in the entire Vishwa, in the entire universe. We can also take Vishwa as every cognition in the Jiva's intellect is also is called as cognition. It is there, the cognitions, because of whom all these cognitions become fruitful. There is a thought in the mind, but that thought of cognizing is possible because of the Sakshi Chaitanya Atma in that particular Jiva. And therefore, it is the consciousness behind every pratyaya. Pratibodha matam. Bodham, bodham, pratibodham. That which is the very consciousness behind every living being's thought, that existence behind every thing in this, Vishwa. Therefore, it is Vishvatma. He is also called as the, Vishvatma, the very consciousness and existence because of which the whole universe exists. So that's why he said that one particular Asti Bhati, the Prapancha or the universe is Asti Bhati, in the form of Astitvam and in the form of consciousness, the light of consciousness. Lord Vishnu, Ishvara, is behind every name and form. Therefore, he is also called as Vishvatma. 226 Nama. Sahasrakshaha. Sahasrakshaha. Okay. Sahasrani akshini yasya. Sahasraksha. Here, akshini here means the sense organs. Sahasrakshi. The one who has countless sense organs. All the sense organs, the jnanendriyas, the karmendriyas of every jiva function because of whom? That consciousness existence because of which all the sense organs of all the jivas are able to function in a similar, in a very, very, in a methodical manner. The eyes can only see, they cannot hear. The ears can only hear, they cannot see. So the samuha or the indriya grama is functioning in such a harmonious manner, in harmony, and that is the one consciousness. Therefore, it is all the sense organs are nothing but Ishvara. So, when I am seeing something, if I can think, it's Ishvara who is seeing through these eyes. It is Ishvara who is speaking through this speech. All the sense organs are Ishvara. the very manifestation of Ishvara. The functioning of every organ is, every indriya is Ishvara. Therefore, Sahasrakshaha. Sahasrapat, Sahasrapat, countless feet. Sahasrakshaha, you can say, the one behind all the Jnanendriyas. Sahasrapat, the one with countless legs, means all the karmendriyas are talked about here. The one who has got thousands of feet. That means what? All the karmendriyas of all the jivas are nothing but Lord Vishnu. So all the jnanendriyas and all the karmendriyas of thousands of jivas, which number into thousands, millions, millions, 84 lakhs jivas, have some kind of sense organs, isn't it? That is jnanendriyas and karmendriyas. All of them are nothing but Lord Vishnu, manifestation of Lord Vishnu. The same thing, we can say that all these Vishvatma, Sahasrakshaha, Sahasramurdha, Sahasrapat, all these four names which we talk about, they talk about the Virat Purusha. Virat Purusha. What we saw in the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the Vishwarupa Darshana of Lord Krishna, he's showing himself as the Virat Purusha. That means the Samashti Sthula Prapancha is nothing but the body of Lord Vishnu, the body of Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. So this is called as the Virat Purusha. These four names are describing Lord Vishnu as the very Samashti Sthula Prapancha, or the one who is the Virat Purusha. Then we go to the next stotra, the 25th. आवर्तनो निवृत्तात्मा संवृतः संप्रमर्दनः अहः संवर्तको वह्निः अनलो धरणीधरः. I hope you are all keeping at least a small book of Vishnusahasranama. Everywhere they are available. Even just pocket-sized books of Vishnusahasranama. If you can go along with what is being talked about. When I say the 25th stotra or 26th stotra, if you can connect to that with the book in front of you and see the words as they are being explained, it makes better sense to the listeners, because they're seeing also and they are understanding what they are seeing. So I sincerely request all of you who are watching this Vishnusahasranama Vichara, please keep a small book of Vishnusahasranama Stotram in front of you. And already, as I've told you, Pujya Swamiji wants us to, understand Vishnusahasranama, because from the point of an upasaka, as upasana, it is very necessary for us to understand the Vishwarupa Darshanam of my Ishtadevata. And all the Sahasranamas are going to help us to see the Lord, or even our own Vishnu Ishtadevata, as nothing but the entire universe, the manifestation of the entire universe. Okay, like you see Ashtamurti Upasana, which Swamiji, he always talks about. It's nothing but that. This is Vishwarupa Ishvara Upasana. But it's very important for us to see how Lord Vishnu is presented as Vishwarupa, in 1,000 names. Okay. So we'll go to the next name, 228. Avartanaha. Avartanaha. What is Avartanaha? Avartanaha means the one which keeps going in circles. Avartanaha. Like in music, in Tala, we have got Avartanaha. A particular beat, a particular type of a beat is played, whichever Tala it is. It has got certain number of beats, it comes back again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like that, different numbered beats, but it comes back again and again. And the singer or the dancer also has to come back again and again holding on to that cycle, repeated cycle. So, what is this avartana? Avartana means the one who causes the samsara cycle to happen again and again. The cycle of creation, resolution, again and again. Millions of years the creation exists, seven kalpa it exists, but it is created at a particular time, goes back into unmanifest form at a particular time. So one avartanam is over. Another, like that, all the different creations are different avartanas. And all these avartanas are cycles of samsara, isn't it? Because in every of these creations, we all have been there. In every cycle of creation, we have always been there. We come back again and again. Like the ritus, the seasons, they come back again and again, circular form. The day and night come back again and again, the circular form. The months, the years, everything comes back again and again. That is the secret of the existence of the universe. Without these repeated cycles, nothing can exist. Universe is not a straight line. It is a cycle, repeating itself. Similarly, when the creations repeat, the jivas in every creation are also coming back again and again. Dying, coming, dying, coming. In one kalpa only, I don't know how many times we come back, because each kalpa is some, millions of years, crores of years, millions of crores of years. So in one kalpa only, I don't know how many times we come back. Then imagine how many kalpas have gone. No, there's no limitation. Only we can say that the one because of whom the avartanam of samsara happens. The samsara chakra, which keeps repeating again and again until we jump out of the samsara chakra by moksha. Moksha is the only way by which we jump out of the samsara chakra. Otherwise, cycles of birth and death, cycles of creation, resolution, again and again. So Bhagwan Shankaracharya says here, samsara chakram avartayitum sheelam. Repetition. The repetition of a cycle. Of course, things may not be the same in every cycle. In this life, this is what I am. In my next life, samsara cycle, I come. I may be something different, born somewhere else, to some other set of parents, with some other set of people around me, doing some other set of vyapara, vyavahara. Nevertheless, it is samsara chakra. So, repetition. The one who has the power, the capacity to keep this cycle going. Because if the cycle doesn't go, then it is nothing happens. Movement is the very reason why the whole universe is functioning. It's only the movement which keeps the universe going. There's nothing static in the universe. There's only one thing which is static, which does not move, and that is Atma Brahman, Lord Vishnu Ishvara, as the very adhishtanam of this entire universe, as the Kutastaha, but the one who is capable of creating cycles of samsara is called as the one. He's there, therefore he's called as Avartanaha. There's a big cycle of creation, sthiti and laya, and in that big cycle there are small cycles of things happening, coming back again. Cities getting destroyed, going away, coming back, bodies getting destroyed, the jiva coming back again and again. So there are multiple small cycles within a very big cycle, and all these repetitive cycles called as the avartanas, the one who is making this happen is Lord Vishnu Avartana. Nivrittatma. It's connected to the previous nama. Avartana means the one who causes the repetitive cycles of birth and death and samsara and this whole universe. But the one who does not get affected by it. That's why he's called as Nivritta Atma. Though he is the creator of the cycles of samsara, he is not affected by it. he is free from samsara. Therefore, he is called as Nivritta Atma. Samsara bandhan Nivritta Atma. Samsara bandhan Nivritta Atma. The one who is not afflicted by the samsara. Therefore, another name given for Nivritta Atma is what? Asangaha, Nirlepaha, Nirliptaha, Aluptadrik. All these are the names for Ishvara. The one who is fully involved in all these activities but not affected by any of these activities. Like Lord Krishna says, I create all these universes, but I don't have any lepa of any one of them. So, though he is avartanaha, he is nivrittaha. Lord Vishnu is free from all that samsara chakra. Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, as consciousnesses outside the samsara chakra. So that is what we have to understand by Nivritta Atma. Samvritaha. Samvritaha. The one who is not very clearly available to us by either our, with our Indriya Grama, with our sense organs, or with our mind. Why? Because it is as though the Lord is covered by something. Lord cannot be covered, but Lord as though he is covered. What is it that covers? As though covers this Lord. Avidya. It is my avidya. I am this Ishvara, I am the Atma, Sakshi Chaitanya Atma, but I don't know. I don't see myself as that. I see myself as this limited, perishable body, mind, sense complex. Correct? Therefore, I am myself as if hidden from me. I, the Atma, as though I am hidden from myself. So, samvritta. Avidyaya samvrita. Avidyaya samvrita. Okay, that is what it says. Samvrita avidyaya. So, he says, Achadikaya avidyaya samvritatvat samvrita. As if Maya is like a big sheet. It's like a big blanket or a big carpet which is covering this Atma. Therefore, he is called as Samvritaha. That is, as though covered. Bhagwan cannot be covered. He is the light of consciousness. Nothing can cover it. But my avidya, my ignorance can cover my buddhi from seeing the truth of Bhagwan. So he is called as Samvrita. Then 231st Nama, Sampramardanaha, Sampramardanaha, Samyak Pramardayati. The one who destroys or resolves completely. At the time of Mahapralaya, the whole manifest universe completely resolved into unmanifest form. The whole manifest universe goes back to the unmanifest form. So he says, Samyak Pramardayati Rudra Kaladhyabhihi. Okay, by what? Through his vibhutis. What are his vibhutis? Bhagwan Rudra. Lord Vishnu manifests as Bhagwan Rudra at the time of resolution. Rudra is nothing but Lord Shiva. And then it is said that Bhagwan Vishnu himself is the Srishtikaraka, Sthitikaraka. As Lord Brahma, he becomes the Srishtikaraka. As Lord Vishnu, the Sthitikaraka. And as Lord Rudra, the very Layakaraka at the time of Pralaya. In the form of Kala. In the form of Kala also. Yama. In the form of Yama Dharmaraya. In the form of the very time. As the time itself is a devourer, isn't it? Time itself, it's what, when you're born, you're something different. When you're a 10-year-old, you're something different. When you're 25, 30, oh, what a glory. Then slowly the Kala itself starts resolving slowly. Okay, so that is what it is called as here is the Sampramardhana. The Sampramardhana. So Kala, old age, then Jara, Vyadhi, Mrityu, all these are the effects of Kala. And these are the ways of destruction. And ultimately, Rudra Rupena, there is the ultimate final pralaya or the resolution. Then the 232nd Nama is Ahasamvartakaha, the one who manifests in the form of time. Ahaha. Ahaha means the day. Samvartakaha, that means the initiator, the starter, or the one who is in charge of time. Whether it is one moment, or 1 hour, or 1 week, or one samvatsara, 1 year, or years, decades, whatever is. He is the unit of time. It's a very unit of time. That's why you can't stop time, isn't it? Can we stop time? We can't stop time. This moment also is time. The time of the entire kalpa, that duration, that is also time. And Bhagwan is the one who manifests. Bhagwan Vishnu is the one who manifests in the form of the keeper of time. And how? The initiator of the day. Sun is considered to be, samvatsaraha, dinaha, ahaha means the day. Ahaha samvartakaha. That means the initiator of time, the initiator of sun, the initiator of the day as sun. Manifests as the sun, and the presence, the appearance of the sun becomes the day, and the disappearance of the sun becomes the night. Similarly, we have all various units of time, mostly based on the rising of the sun, movement of the sun through the different zodiac signs, all these things we have. And that, who is he? Is the very manager of the all the units of time, and the one who initiates the beginning of the day in the form of sun, in the form of sunlight. Then Vanhihi. Vanhihi. What is Vanhihi? The one who is in the form of fire. Fire. The one who is in the form of fire. Why is fire called as Vannihi? Vahanat Vannihi. Vahanat means what? During the yagas and yajnas, it is said that it is the fire, Agni, which carries all the habis, Havya Vahaka, to the various devas. Okay? And not only that, Bhagwan Krishna says, Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Deham Ashritaha. The one who carries on the principle of life in all the living beings in the form of Agni. Vayu and Agni are so essential for the living of a living being. Very, very essential. The energy comes from heat. And that heat principle, that heat inside our body, Vahni, okay, Vaishvanara Rupena, that heat is nothing but Bhagwan. And the life principle, which is in the form of heat, which is in the form of breath, we already saw Bhagwan present in the form of Samiranaha, as the very breath which starts all activities, as Vanihi, as the one who is the Agni principle, as the heat principle, as the temperature in every living being, which makes life possible. Even temperature in the universe outside, isn't it? There is a limit. It varies between certain things. If the temperature goes very much beyond that, then no living being will be able to survive. So, as Agni, as the very temperature and the heat principle in the Samashti Jagat and in the Vyashti Upadhi also, the one who carries on life is Vannihi, who's nothing but Lord Vishnu. Then Anilaha, Anilaha, same thing as Samiranaha, the one who is moving constantly as Vayu. So Vayu, manifesting as Vayu. So all the, we are here finding that Bhagwan Vishnu as the Desha, Kala, Vayu, Agni, he's sustaining the whole universe as a sustainer. How does he sustain? Samiranaha, making this Vayu and the breath, Shvasanam, that movement to, which brings about the movement in every living being. Then as Vaishvanaragni, that's the heat temperature principle in every jiva. Anilaha, constantly moving wind, necessary for Vayu, isn't it? Otherwise, without constantly moving, if the wind one day Vayu decides that I will stay in one place and not move at all, what will happen? So here it is said that the one who is constantly moving in the form of air, okay, and that is the one which exists as the prana in all the jivas. And what does Bhagwan Shankaracharya says? Anaditvad anilaha, anadata anilayo va anilaha. Okay, so Bhagwan is in the form of air also. That means here all the Panchabhutas are nothing but Bhagwan. Okay, Akashaha, Agnihi, Vayuhu, Agnihi, Apaha, Prithvi. All these are nothing but the five elements which are the sustaining principles of the entire universe. So, next Nama, 235th name, Dharani Dharaha. Dharani Dharaha, the one who supports the whole universe. Bhuta Bhavanaha, Bhutatma, Bhuta Bhavanaha, Vishwatma. Any number of names we have seen earlier. So, Dharani Dharaha. Dharanim Dhatta iti Dharani Dharaha. The one who is literally supporting the earth with all the Panchamahabhutas, with the existence and consciousness, Satta Rupena. Mahibhritaha we saw earlier name, same thing here. It is Dharani Dharaha. So, as Agni, Vayu, Prithvi, Prithvi Tattva, as Apaha, as Akashaha, Panchabhuta Rupena, the one who sustains the Panchabhautika Prapancha. The one who sustains the earth, supports the earth as Adhishtanam. Adhishtana Rupena, it supports the whole universe. Again, you can bring here the Varaha Avatara. Again, you can bring here is the, as we see in the Puranas, Varaha Avatara Rupena sustained an earth which was in danger and brought it out of the depth of ocean. Therefore, here also we can take Varaha Avatara Leela and we can also take. And so there are two things here we have to understand. Varaha Rupena, Mahidhritaha, which we saw earlier, and Panchabhuta Swarupena, who supports the whole functioning of the entire universe. Next, we'll go to the 26th verse. Suprasadah prasannatma vishvadrik vishvabhuvibuhu satkarta satkrita sadhuhu jahnurnarayano naraha. So here he says, Suprasadaha. Bhagwan Shankaracharya says, Shobhanaha prasado yasya. The one who blesses the whole universe with his grace. The one who blesses all the jivas with his grace. Correct? When I surrender to Lord Vishnu as a bhakta, prasada. When I am a karma yogi, I offer all my actions to Lord Bhagwan Vishnu. Accept everything that comes as prasada. And that prasada is nothing but grace. If there is any prasada or any kind of a blessing we can receive from Ishvara is grace. Therefore, the one who blesses, Bhagwan Vishnu, who is in the form of blessing, the one who's in the form of grace. See, grace, Ishvara's grace is everywhere. It's not that Ishvara or Lord Vishnu is partial to anybody in, giving his grace. It's not like that. I should be a patra to receive that grace. Bhagwan's grace is everywhere, everywhere. But I should be a patra. In what way should I be a patra? I should be a bhakta. I should surrender. I should have the purushartha of what? Ultimately to be a jignasu bhakta and then ultimately become a jnani bhakta. If my bhakti and my surrender is only restricted to artha bhakti and artharthi bhakti, nothing wrong in that. There's nothing wrong in being an artha bhakta and artharthi bhakta. And Lord Vishnu will grace me whatever I want. If it is in my prarabdha to get it as a phalam of my prayer, I will get it. But then Lord's grace is required more for moksha purushartha. And therefore, when I'm a committed moksha purusharthi, when I'm a karma yogi and an upasana yogi, that grace which I get from Lord Vishnu is suprasada, the highest form of prasada. That helps me, that carries me. As a spiritual punya, we can call it. The spiritual punya which carries me, which gives me momentum for me to achieve or to reach or to abide in my swarupam. That is moksha. Ultimately, all of us who are here, who are in this, we are all moksha purusharthis. We may be anywhere on the path, but we have started the journey. And Suprasada is the one who's going to, Vishnu, Lord Vishnu as Suprasadaha, is going to make me, bless me with whatever is necessary to reach my goal. And how I should be connected. Constant connection, constant remembrance of Ishvara. Only then I can receive the grace. It's not sporadic connection. I am everything. I know everything. I can do whatever I want. I don't need God to help me. There are some people who say that. But when they are in trouble, immediately they think of God. They think of, going to Tirupati, going to this and going to that and, all that. No, that's not the thing. When I'm constantly connected, constant remembrance, anusmaranam. Swamiji always uses this word, smaranam and anusmaranam. Anusmaranam, constantly connected to that Lord in any form, doesn't matter. Maybe in the form of Devi, in the form of Vishnu, in the form of any form, or abiding in my Atmaswarupam, but constant remembrance, constant connection with the Lord, with Lord Vishnu. What does it give me? Suprasada, that grace for the ultimate Shreyas. That is nothing but moksha. It is the Suprasada. Okay, then next 237 Nama. Prasannatma, the very Purnatva Swarupa itself. Because Lord Vishnu is Bhagavan. He has everything in full measure. There is no apurnatva. Satisfied with whatever it is. So he is prasanna atma, cheerful, satisfied, purnatva swarupa atma, ananta atma, ananda swarupa atma. That's why another name, ananta, ananda. All these are the essential swarupa lakshanas of Lord Vishnu. So prasannatma, the one who, the very swarupam of Lord Vishnu is nothing but prasannata, purnatvam, nothing lacking. Bhagwan is not lacking anything. Actually, we are also not lacking anything. But the apurnatvam in us makes us feel that we are lacking something. And so we are always lacking, always wanting. Correct? Once in a way, when something happens according to what we want, we are happy, we are satisfied, just a short period of time. Then again, some other apurnatvam manifests. Ayo, if I only had this, If I only had this much, if I only was able to do this much, so much more property, money. So Apurnatvam is constantly raising its hood in us. We are also Purnatva Swarupa Atmas. But we are what? Samvritaha, we are all covered as though with our avidya. And it is our avidya which makes us feel we are apurna, incomplete, lacking, wanting. That's why all the time I want, I want, I want. That wanting, becoming is not there. I want to be always somewhere else. I always want to be something else. I always want to be something more. And I always want something more. I always want something else. Apurnatva. But who is Ishvara? Prasanna. Because everything belongs to Lord Vishnu. Nothing lacking. He's Purnatva Swarupa Atma. That's why Lord Vishnu is called Satyam Jnanam Anantam. Anantam or infinite means what? Purnatvam. Nothing lacking. So he is Prasanna Atma. Then he says next Vishwadhruk, 238th Nama. Vishwadhruk. Vishwadhruk means the one who is, though the Adhishtanam of this entire universe, he is not a part of this universe, not afflicted by this universe, not tainted by this universe. He is the pure Drik Swarupa Atma. He is the Vishwadrik, the one who is the constant seer of the whole universe, not affected by anything, the one who transcends the whole universe, and the one who's always watching, the one who's always Drik Swarupa Atma, Vishwadrik. Then comes the 239th Nama, which is called as Vishwabhuk. Vishvam bhunkte bhunakti palayati iti Vishwabhuk. Vishwabhuk. That means what? The one who protects. Palayati. The one who protects is Lord Vishnu. So Vishnu means, Bhuk means, Bhokta means the enjoyer also. It's as though Lord Vishnu is enjoying his own creation. He enjoys his own creation and he is capable of even resolving it at the time of the resolution or at the time of pralaya. And throughout this cycle of time called as the entire kalpa, Lord Vishnu is the one. He is Vishwam Bhunakti, the one who protects the entire universe. Blessing, nourishing, protecting, supporting. So he is also called as the Vishwa Bhuk, the protector of the universe. 240th verse, which is going to repeat again later, called as Vibhuhu. I think we are running out of time. So let us see Vibhuhu onwards later. Om Nandantu Sadhaka Sarve Vinashyantu Vidushakaha Avastha Shambhavi Mestu Prasannostu Guru Sada Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukkham Apnuyat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Tat Sat.